making the decision that I wanted recovery, that I wanted my life back, was not easy. And in fact, in all honesty, I was given an ultimatum by my parents. And even though I was 27 at the time, they were still helping me out with paying for doctor visits and all of my kind of outpatient treatment care that I was seeing and receiving. And they gave me this ultimatum that, if you don't go back and if you don't get help for this, some serious help, here's this place we'd like you to go to. If you don't get help, we're not going to help you anymore. That you'll be on your own. That you won't be able to pay for these doctors that you're seeing. And I knew that if I didn't have the support, the little support I did have with my therapist, my doctors, and my dietitian, that I would be swallowed whole by my eating disorder. I was treading water, barely above water at that point. And I knew that if that was gone, I would drown in my eating disorder. And so making that decision really wasn't my decision. And I think it's one of the most difficult decisions anyone suffering from an eating disorder can make, because it ultimately means that you have to say goodbye to something that has comforted you, that has been there for you, that has saved you, and that has been basically your security blanket for a really long time. One of the most incredible moments of my life, and I know my husband's probably going to kill me for saying this, it wasn't my wedding day. It wasn't the birth of my children. Even though I love them both dearly and I love my husband dearly, those weren't the most incredible days of my life or day of my life. The most incredible day of my life was the day I arrived home from inpatient treatment. And I got off the plane. I went to inpatient treatment in Utah, and I live in California. And I got off the plane, and I remember going down the escalator to meet my parents. And it was like I was reborn. It was the most incredible moment of my life. And I think back on it, and I think, I was given a second chance. I was given the opportunity to embrace my life again. And I remember going down that escalator and feeling like I was descending down into my life. And I saw my parents there. They had flowers, and it's literally one of the most incredible moments of my life, because I was able to recover. I was able to face my fears. And I was rewarded with an incredible second chance. Recovery won't be easy, and it's definitely one of the most difficult things I've had to do in my life, making that decision, and then also every day making the decision over and over and over. And it is true, you don't choose your eating disorder, you don't choose to have a mental illness, but you do choose to fight it, and you do choose to recover. You choose your recovery. Every single day that you wake up is a choice that you're either going to live your life authentically and without eating disorder behaviors, or you're going to slowly stick maybe one big toe in your eating disorder, and then that seems comfortable, and that feels familiar, and that feels beautiful and wonderful again, and it slowly evolves into a relapse. And it is a decision every single day. It's not an easy decision at first, but as time moves on and there's practice involved and there's awareness of knowing when the eating disorder wants to slowly creep back in your life, and it comes in many different forms. It comes in form of stress. It comes in forms of external things happening to you and you needing that coping skill again. It comes in many forms, but every day it's a decision. And it starts with the one decision to reach out and get help. And even though it might be the scariest thing you'll ever do in your life, it's the most profound and the most rewarding thing you'll ever do. It was more rewarding than getting married, than having children, than here forming my own business, and having the courage to talk to people about my eating disorder, about the stigmatization of the eating disorders and mental illness. It's a decision that will change your life for good. So if you're thinking that, I really need to get more help for this, what I'm doing right now isn't working, it hasn't worked, I know I can't go on like this, I can't even imagine my life like this for the rest of my life, this is impossible to keep up, that means it's time. It's time to make that decision. And like I said, it will be the most important decision of your life, but it will be the most difficult decision of your life. But something that holds true every time you make that decision is that you're worth it and that the world deserves your light and the world deserves you without your eating disorder because you have a special gift that you have to offer this world. So make that decision. It's hard, but you can do it. My name is Robyn Baker, and I've been in recovery for 8 years.